Alright, hello all. Hope everyone's having a good day. Yeah, I'm a little bit late because I decided that I should walk back a little bit later, so whoops. Yeah, anyway. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, so this is day 56 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Always a little bit late, but that's kind of a regularity, I fear. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the leetcode daily still, because I always do that. And then, I think I said this in the description, but I'm not really sure what I want to do for today proper. I might get the iterators done, or at least like started, or I could just save these for a later time. I'm thinking about just doing inst combine debugging again, because that was like low-key kind of annoying. I'm leaning towards this right now, but we'll see how I feel after the daily. Yeah, y'all should do the daily along with me if y'all feel like it. I might like narrate my thought process a little bit, so could be a little bit troll, but successful pairs of spells and potions. What are we cooking here? That's something. Okay. 2 positive integer array spells and potions, length n and m. Spells I represents the strength of the ith spell, and potions j represents the strength of the jth potion. Integer success. Pairs successful if products with strengths is at least success. Okay. Return array of pairs. Ugh. This is an interesting problem. What's up, Skittles? Yeah, this looks like a problem. Okay. Are these sorted? They're not sorted. That might be a good start. I don't think we can do better than nlogn. So, Oh, actually, wait, this is a little annoying, huh? My exam was hard, the whole class is still there at the end? Damn. Yeah, that's rough. Surely the class is curved then, right? Okay, so the problem here is we have to preserve the order. We have to preserve the order of spell. Oh, that's good, Kane. This is annoying. Yeah, this problem is quite annoying. Can we do better than, like, n squared log n? I feel like there has to be a way to do better than that. Okay, I'm gonna start coding this, I think. Or maybe we could keep like answer recovery of some sort. Hasn't said anything about a curve, but surely he will. Yeah, I mean, or at least like maybe some generous cutoffs at least. Yeah, praying for your success. Alright, let's give this a start. Okay, that was not how we spell sort, but yeah, okay. I'm tempted to sort spells as well, but I don't really know how I would go about that. I guess we could just brute force this, I guess. Okay. Run I. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna try and narrate less of my thought process this time around just for y'all that are like actually coding along, because that seems to be a little bit more frequent today at least. That might make this a little bit more boring, but feel free to like chat with me regardless at least. Yeah. So just do that, I guess. And then here, yeah, perfect. We could reuse this actually. Finally made one, good shit. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I usually try to stream around when the leetcode daily resets, but if it wasn't obvious, I'm very bad at judging how long it takes me to walk back to my room. So we're a little bit late sometimes. We're almost always a little bit late actually. Okay, so we want can we just do this, even? Just chilling? Yeah, fair enough. Like, exams are hard, like, fair enough. Does this work? Okay, that does work, okay. Do you use CPP for leetcode just because you like it, or do interviews expect it? I used to use Python, but I feel like the C++ practice is kind of good for me. I think I've gotten to the point where I'm more comfortable with C++ than Python on an interview, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, I don't really think it matters that much, but I've just leaned towards C++ now at least, because that aligns better with the roles I'm targeting. Okay, so we get that, and then what do we do from here? We can, this is, okay, so we can do it like, yeah, because it'll round down, so we can do that. And then, how do I use this? Oh wait, actually, wait, we don't need that even. We can just do that, I think. Yeah, and then this will take care of that. How do I use this again? Okay, that, and that, okay. This is provided, I think. Actually, no, we need to add that by hand. Okay, so we want, that. And then, comparing to that, and then, oh boy. Can I just pass it a thing? Wait, actually no, I don't need to, because this should be fine. So we do that. Alright, no. We can't just directly reset that. We would want to, we can do that, and then Oh, that's a function. I forgot about that. That's really nice. That's really cool. So we can do that to... Right? And we can just do that. Right? Is that a thing? No, it's not a thing. Why isn't it a thing? Why isn't that a thing? Huh. Do that, and then do you need to do that to that? I know I'm not being very descriptive, but okay, that definitely doesn't work. Okay, but that does read that now. Huh, what is... I also have a really annoying bug bite on my finger. That is just not fun. Oh yeah, we should use that one then, definitely. Okay, this should work then. Okay, it still doesn't work. Breaks a little bit more. Why doesn't that work? Okay, well, that's not ideal at least. Why does it work one time and not the other? That one does that. Oh, wait, I see. Okay. So why doesn't this work then? Because it needs at least. Right? So we have, let me draw this out for myself. I feel like I've gotten worse at leetcode over time somehow. I don't know why, but. Okay, so we have that, and that. We have. Actually, wait. We have. No, paint.net. Get out of here. So those three. We have that, that, and that. This one. I should work with these two. Successes, that number, so that should work with those two. That should also work with those two. So why isn't it finding it for that? Huh. Oh, wait, that's a thing? Okay, sure, fair enough. That's really funny, actually. That does not satisfy that. Yeah, so that should work, right? Yeah, that should work. Why doesn't this work? Huh. Huh. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, I could just throw lambda at it and call it a day. I'm gonna copy this. Yeah, let's just paste that in, call it a day. What the hell? Okay, so now do I lower bound this? Okay, well, unlucky, I guess. This is low-key irritating me. I don't know why this is not working. This should just work with upper bound, right? I mean, like, obviously my assumption is wrong because I'm not getting it correct, but, like... But why? Why is this failing for this case? First ordered after that. Yeah. Yeah, and that rounds down, so... Right? Maybe I just need to lower bound. And then that's one. Oh, same thing. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get this just by banging my head against the wall. I'm gonna see what they do here. This does not help me. Okay, we're just writing binary search by hand, I guess. Okay, let's look up. Oh, do I need to seal this? Okay, that definitely doesn't work then. What's good, Dunya? I'm trying to figure out why my binary search is not doing what I want it to. I really don't want to write it by hand, at least. Oh, do I need to like cast this? Right? What? Huh? Why is this not working? Like, this should be working. Why doesn't this work? Oh, is it because this is an int actually? Huzzah, okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But like, damn. Anyway. Alright, cool. Problem solved. I guess the int just like truncates by default, so that kind of nukes what we want out of it. Anyway, that's leetcode done. If you're following along, then yippee. If not, then also all good. Okay, so we got the leetcode. After doing that, I'm not sure if I want to do the iterators right now. It just seems like a lot of work, to be honest. And I don't particularly need it yet, so it would just be a nicety at the end of the day. But at the same time, I don't know, I don't really want to do anything today, honestly. I'm just really tired. Yeah, so we're actually just gonna pull this out. We're just gonna move this down here. We can do that, and then, yeah, let's just pull that out there. Let's actually just debug inst combine today, I think. I think it's finally time we get to doing this. So let's pull up this. Get status. Okay. Alright, let's go back to main. Let's go to GitHub real quick. Let's merge this branch in. It's not that one, but it's in here at least. Let's make a pull request. MIR oh, that is not the right direction. MIR redesign. Okay. Okay. Bye vector hello list. I should have just made this a real pull request. Yeah, it's pretty small, but it's all pretty important at least. Yeah, there's a little bit of restructuring that will definitely make a mess when I merge changes into the other branches, but we'll see what happens. Okay, let's wait for this to do its little thing. In the meantime, how's everyone's day been? Yeah, it's, at least here in Illinois, it's been slowly starting to cool off after a bit of a hot week, so I'm starting to enjoy it a little more at least. I'm enjoying not melting. Hopefully all of y'all are also not melting. Texas, yeah, unlucky. I think anything towards the southern US is a little bit rough. I remember like this past summer at my internship, like there was this podcast called like Tech Tuesday. That was just company internal, and like every day they'd be like, oh wow, like hopefully everyone's like not like dying, because here in Arizona it's like 115 out, and we're all like, what? It's like, it was crazy stuff. Yeah, let's rebase and merge. Delete branch. Okay. So now we want to get poll, get status, okay, get switch. Let's go back to the inst combine stuff. Get merge from main. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's pray that this is not awful. Oh no. Oh no. Shit bar. Alright, let's start looking through this. What's good, Aiden? I have created a really large merge conflict for myself, so I'm doing great today. Okay, let's get this started. Yeah, it's truly impressive work. Don't worry about it. Let's get rid of that. Wait, what? What happened here? Yeah, don't even worry about how this happened. Like, you actually worry about it a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah. Just freaking force pushing every instant at any second. This lives in a different place now, I think. This is supposed to. Uh-oh. Okay, that's one done, and oh no. Oh boy, okay. Okay, what do I even do here? Because I did a big file restructuring as well, which definitely blows up a couple things here and there. I should really start streaming again? Yeah, you should. I feel like it would. I feel like it'd be a good time as long as you have something to work on. Like, if you don't have anything to work on, then like fair enough. But also, like, I don't think it hurts as long as you have something to do. Okay, all the rest. Oh no, guys, I don't wanna deal with this merge conflict, guys. Guys. Okay, I think all of this is fine. Inst combine, mem to reg, replace uses. Mini GPU? Yeah, I think that'd be pretty good. I think people would find that interesting. I sure as hell would find it interesting. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to like force it as well. That's the other thing. What the hell? I think we can just leave those two in the places, and then we can do whatever the fuck we're supposed to do to mem to reg. Oh fuck. Okay, you know it's bad when the git gutter looks like a stripy mess. Yeah, I also think you could like set up just like a stream schedule of some sort, just like streaming even like 2 days a week. I think that might be a more sustainable way to go about it. God damn it, what is happening here? I've not ever done a I've never tried to resolve a merge conflict in something that was moved. So these paths are like really ugly. What changes did I even make in this branch? Commits. This stuff is fine. That stuff I should accept. Inst combine. Inst combine, memtorch. Okay. This is pretty funny. Maybe I view this side by side actually. This inline stuff is a little messy. Okay. Okay, so we renamed that, and then yeah. I think the only change we made to this was just pulling this out. So I think we could kind of hack this. I think. So we want to keep the one in main, I think. Yeah, we want to keep the one in main. So we can get rid of these. Or, I want to get rid of these at least. And then we keep the rest as is. So that, and that. Where's the next mess? Here's the next mess. I want to keep this from main, but we can make this a uses. That looks correct to me. Can get that, get rid of that. What's wrong now? Oh, I see. What did I do in like here? I think this is fine. And this is fine, except this lives, I think this lives in a different place now. Yeah, we need to do that, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh god. Yeah, so this is also outdated, so we need to, we can kind of just transplant all this over, I think. Right? And this is fine? Why doesn't this work anymore? Oh, I know why this doesn't work anymore. But we can resolve this real quick. That should be fine. This lives in here now. We need to fix this first, I think. Oh, wait, this has a... Oh, yeah. We get rid of... We move this out again. I hear the popo outside. Okay, let's paste this in here again. Let's do that find and replace again. We can get rid of that. I think everything is resolved for the most part. Yeah, we don't need these anymore, I think. That's good. That looks good. Why is this mad now? Is this a dot? This should... Okay. Oh, nope, it's not a dot. Okay, we might have to destructure this again, I think. Right? Use and then nothing and get uses. Why is that changed actually? The main one should have been correct, at least. This would be in here, right? Did we make changes to that? Looks like we didn't. So what if we... Huh. Is this in main? Which side is which? Oh, wait, I see. Okay, this is the new stuff. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. I think we do need to do it like this, unfortunately. Everything else seems fine. Let's build real quick. Let's see if this works. Uh-oh. This is in inst combine. Because this has moved, actually. Middle end, inst combine. This is moved to there. That's changed. I think this is going to break inevitably. Yeah. So let's actually just comment all of this out. Yeah. Or actually, we could just like do it like this. Right? Purple to purple. That's wrong. Extraneous closing brace. Oh. So we close to blue. There we go. Okay, let's keep building. Okay, that doesn't exist anymore. This is just that, I think, right? Yeah, this is fine. And then if we make test, this should be fine. Surely. I would hope make test works. Make test. That's not ideal. That means we're segfaulting somewhere. Why are we segfaulting? I don't think we've changed that much. We shouldn't be segfaulting. GDB? Maybe I'll just throw Valgrind at it first. I think Valgrind's honestly good enough for now. Let's see, what are we running it on? Test, regression, input, test, or binary op. Wait, what? Wait, what? So that doesn't make sense to me. What are we failing? Mem to reg. Mem to reg 141. It's always mem to reg's fault. Everything, I can just blame mem to reg for everything. Yeah, it's this line that I just changed. Why doesn't this work anymore? I think we do the same thing above, right? Also in here, right? Huh. That's not supposed to break. Okay, what is in main? What did I do in main? Because this should be fine in main at least. Do you think auto is bad or good? I think it's helpful when types are annoying to write, especially when they're already like implied through make unique. It's a very case-by-case basis though, I would say. If there's ambiguity that's caused by it, I say don't use it. If there is no ambiguity caused by using it, I say use it, I guess. That is like the quick and fast, I guess, heuristic that I would go by. Mem to reg. Load. For each load, for each use. Wait, what? What is get uses? Return uses. Wait, what? What is uses? What is happening? I've made such a mess here. C++ roadmap to get where you are, learncpp.com. This website, it's a very in-depth one. It contains pretty much everything you need to know about C++. Contains more than I know, at least. I think at least like reading through this is probably not a bad place to start. So what did I change? This is in like value? Why is this broken? Yeah, this should be fine. What is the load? Okay, that is the load. Okay. I'm confused where my changes are coming from, which is really interesting. Oh, I see where they came from. Yeah, okay. I guess I needed to do that anyway. Okay, let's... I guess this is a fine place to be. Let's look at this. Yeah, okay, this is stuff that I think I wanted to change anyway, so this is fine. But this means we're missing a use somewhere. Yeah, okay. So we need to do it like this. Okay, so we need to visit it. Let's see what Valgrind said again. So I already freed it. When did we free it? Will the end output be a assembly file or an elf binary? Probably just a .s file, to be honest. And then from there I can just throw a linker at it and call it a day. I'm to Reg 141. Something was dropped before this point, I think, which doesn't make sense, actually. Yeah, this definitely doesn't make sense to me, why this doesn't, or what I broke before. I think I would need to get rid of uses here, at least. I think that is what I'm missing. Okay, yeah, I think that would make sense. Okay, so we move it, we erase it, and then we also need to, I think we need to drop the thing, right? We might need to, So it's used by something that doesn't exist anymore. I shouldn't run into this issue before is the interesting thing. So it is something that intrinsically was changed here that I think is causing things to break. Blocks freed at deallocate from del use. Huh. Wait. What is breaking here then? Okay, so I definitely did something wrong here, I think. I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong though. It's not in here. That one's fine, I think. Right? Wait, no, wait, no. I need this add. Okay, I don't need the add new value thing. I think I need to change something here though. Okay, maybe it's in the implementation of these setters. Yeah, it has to be in these things. Yeah, something has to be going wrong here. But I don't see what's going wrong here. Hey, can you tell me how do you actually start to learn how to code? Whenever I try to start from the basics of a project, I don't know where to start. Honestly, you kind of just have to power through that, I think. My first real project was like my first personal website. It was kind of crap, but I used it as like a project that would force me to learn like HTML and like basic CSS, and then like I think not worrying too much about like what the end result looks like helps a lot, because then you can just focus exclusively on the learning. And then after you learn enough, then you can, I think a lot of projects just kind of build themselves from there. But you just have to like not be afraid of failing, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that was like really an answer, but let me know if there's like anything else I can elaborate on. What's good, Jose? Good to see you today. Hey, that rhymed. Something is wrong here. I don't know what is wrong here. It's in a binary op, of course. Okay, it has to be in a binary op at least. Wait, but no, this doesn't make sense, because we don't, like... Wait, what? Okay, we're gonna keep bonking my head against the wall here, because I don't know what's happening. Or at least why this is happening. I know what's happening. I don't know why it's happening. We're stuck in mem to reg, but that's the first pass being run. So this shouldn't be something that is going wrong, I think. We do update the uses as we go, I think, so I don't think there's really any source where this could be going wrong, unless I like made a typo somewhere. It's just that, do you have to learn every single package and their inbuilt functions to the heart? No, you don't need to. You definitely don't need to. Like even now, for instance, I don't have the slightest idea about like half the stuff that I'm building, but I'm using it as, and I guess like I'm learning about it as I go. So like, for instance, a couple streams ago, I started doing this like inst combine stuff, which is like, it's like an optimization where like if you have like a constant being added to another constant, for instance, you just replace that addition with just the combined value. I didn't know a lot about like the algorithms behind that, so I literally, like, you can go back to the stream, you can see me literally do this. I literally pulled up this giant book. This is like the one that I've been trying to study for like compiler optimizations. I literally pulled up this book, I went down to the section, where we learn about this. So like constant folding. And I spent like half an hour to an hour just like reading through this and figuring out what is happening. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. So then I went back and then I tried to write this. And then I made a mess and I'm like debugging it. But the point is that's kind of just how the process of writing code ends up being. So yeah, don't be scared if you don't know a lot about what you're doing. The fun in projects is the learning, not necessarily the end result. Do you like using AI for programming? Yes, I think to some degree. I think I found a good balance. I don't like it, at least in the IDE level, just because like, I think the workflow is a little bit stupid, with a lack of a better word. Like you just type like half a line and then like you wait for the AI to complete it and then like you hit tab and you're like, okay, cool, does this work? And it's like, it just feels really sloppy and I don't like it at all, personally. I used it for a while, because like, it was really cool, but I think after the novelty wore off, from a straight up workflow perspective, I don't think it was a lot of fun. So, that's my take at least. But for instance, right now, actually, I'm gonna use AI. I'm gonna throw this into ChatGPT because I am completely lost on what is going wrong. Or I guess why this del use is happening. Let's just give it my entire mem to reg real quick as well. While this does this, git status, git add dog, git status, git commit. I need to claim format. Whoops. That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense. And then I need this to be formatted. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, this is a mess. Okay, cool. Great. Right, let's see what happened here. So why is this going wrong? Unordered map. Called del use. Oh, wait, that actually makes sense. Let's just give it an example from here, I think. Alright, let's see what's okay, I think this is like actually a genuinely reasonable explanation. Or, let me clarify. I think ChatGPT is capable of outputting perfectly reasonable explanations. Let's see what is happening. Or what it thinks is happening. I don't want to claim that it is the truth yet. I see. I guess this completely makes sense, but like, yeah. Seems a little bit slow though. Okay, so that makes sense. I guess, yeah, fair enough. Okay. So how do we make this not ugly? wait, let's do the changes I wanted to do for a while at least first. Let's move that in there. I guess that's the only one we wanted to change. This is in transform now. We can keep that commented out just for correctness real quick. I think that's fine. Then we just need to change this real quick. Okay. Okay, cool. Turn the AC on so it's not melting. Yeah, I forgot that that's actually what's happening here. In hindsight, this is like really obvious, but like, yeah, I guess this just kind of makes sense. I don't know how I haven't run into this issue before. What is happening here is when we are replacing a use, we're, I guess we're modifying the, potentially invalidating the iterator because we're deleting some uses. Yeah, so we need to make a copy, I think. Can I just... how do I make a copy of this? So let's make a std vector of mir instruction. What type is this? No information? This is a instruction putter. Okay. So instruction putter uses. So we can std range it or views key or keys of. Hell yeah, we get to use ranges. I'm so happy. Keys of load get uses. Why doesn't that work? Huh. C++ range view keys or keys view std views keys in that. Yeah, that should work. Oh wait, can we do it like this actually? Range is 2, right? Wait, what? Range is 2. Oh, okay. Wait, this is nice. So we can do this and then pipe std ranges to std vector. Right? This is a function. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to use a range. That's all. So we can change that to uses. We can just change this to use as well. Let's see if this works. Holy shit, I'm using modern C++ features. This makes me like irrationally happy for some reason. Okay. That works now. That was the issue. Perfect. So now if we make test, it should be fine, right? Okay, perfect. Nice. Okay. Perfect. We fixed everything. Let's see if there's a prettier way to do this, because this is a little bit unwieldy. Let me ask one of my friends if there's a better way to do this. And at a risk of leaking everyone's DMs, I'm not gonna keep this up on the screen, obviously. Just like, okay, this is annoying to type. Okay. Alright, perfect. So yeah, I think we'll just keep it as is right now. I just wanted to use the std range. I'm kind of curious, like, if these are, or why I should use these at least. I guess this other guy also was very curious. Range-based algorithms. Filter view not meaning constant. Okay, sure. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Compile times? Really? Actually, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, this makes a lot of sense to me. Any view that requires caching will be slower than the equivalent. Interesting. Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay, well, sure. Okay, so it looks like the consensus is that people actually don't like views, which is interesting. Yeah, it just seems, the more I read about ranges, the less I like them. I mean, like, I can like say that I used modern C++ features at least on a resume, right? So like, sure. Okay. Get status, get commit. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Commit -am. Fix mem to reg. Iterator invalidation. Okay. So let's push this whole pile real quick. Okay. Wow, what a mess. Okay. Okay. So we did a merge and then we fixed the thing, which is great. Okay, so then now we get to actually tackle the bulk of this now again. Alright, where do we even begin here? let's see. So we don't need to erase anymore. So we keep the steady state algorithm here. I don't think we're changing basic blocks, so I think we can iterate through this at least just with an arrow. We should probably keep that so we don't have to access every time. I don't like this thing. Auto iter equals instruction. Oh wait, because we're gonna run into the double increment issue we ran into last time. So iter is instructions begin, and then let's make this a while loop again. While iter is not instructions, and so we want iter get for I. Okay, and now we have a big mess to clean up now. Okay. So I think we should do the similar thing as we did with simplify CFG, where if you remember from last time here, we made a bunch of lambdas to sort of compartmentalize the logical components of our code, and then we threw them all into, so yeah, we have like all of those lambdas, and then we threw them all into this one thing down here. And that simplified our code logic a lot, so I think I want to do something similar here, because there's a lot of different things that will end up going into inst combine. So yeah, let's do auto try constant fold. There should be a that. Let's pass by reference. This takes in nothing. Should do that. Appreciate the support on us. Yeah. Okay, this needs a semicolon before it yells at me. Return false on these. Okay, so we can do that. And we need to do this as well. Okay. Worry about overflow. Good comment, me. Thanks, me. I'll worry about overflow eventually. Yeah, so this switch makes sense. Okay, and then this is just kind of a mess, I think, unfortunately. We don't need to make unique here anymore. Because we have the program, so we can just... So we can p get literal. And then we have the type here. And then we can change this to folded val. Okay. Also, it just occurred to me we also need to worry about like the actual type here. Because we need to handle it differently, as in 32. Okay. So we could just do like a convert value, I think. Okay, let's how many of these are there? There's 4. Okay, so we can okay. Let's replace left, get value. We can replace it with this plus int64 to int32, I guess. I guess, do we need to like reinterpret cast or something stupid? Okay. Okay, let's make a macro here. Let's just make a mess out of this. int32, and then big word, int32. int32t, damn it. Okay, so we have the macro now. We can call it here. Call it here, we can call it here. Okay. This is so fucking awful. I hate this. Okay. All good. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, please don't worry about what's happening here, at least. Like, you should, actually no, worry a little bit, but don't worry too much, you know? You get what I mean? How does this handle signed types as well? I forgot how these are handled. I think you're just like, it's sign extends, right? Does... Oh, wait, no, that shouldn't matter, right? Because... Oh, I've really made a mess for myself here. Handle this properly. What's good, Fokusha, Future? I'm doing alright. How are you doing? I personally have made myself a mess here. Can we sign extend? Do we need to sign extend? I don't think we need to sign extend here. We might need to sign extend. We shouldn't need to. Because we're just storing this as like straight bits, right? So it should be fine. Doing OS right now, making us command line interpreter or something. Yeah, that seems quite difficult. I haven't worked with syscalls too closely, but I'm at least learning about them right now because I'm taking OS and they seem like a complete mess to deal with. Let's get ChatGPT to figure out some legwork for me here. Each fold I'm getting a 64T bit storage of anywhere to start from. I'm gonna be honest, that is a little bit out of my depth. In terms of like the command line stuff proper, I think that is like kind of just like one big parsing loop where you just parse all the parameters and then you just do things with the parameters. But beyond that, I don't really think I can really give a lot of advice. I'm definitely out of my depth on that, at least. Apologies. Okay, so data representation. How can I guarantee correctness if I'm only storing bits? Should I just do interpret, cast? Have you worked with Arduino? I have not, unfortunately. Oh god, I hate this. This is such a mess. I hate this. This is so ugly. We're static casting into sign and extend, and then okay, yeah, that makes sense. Are you a CS student? Yes. I am, I guess, getting my bachelor's and my master's in CS at the same time. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What do I do here? How do you study for coding classes? Honestly, I don't really study, to be honest, for some reason. I think it's mostly just like, at least for me, it feels really intuitive, so I've kind of been slacking. I think for me, generally, like reviewing slides and like searching up external resources to get help, I think, are the big two things. I haven't found textbooks that useful historically, but they've slowly been growing on me, at least. I've always thought they're like archaic and they don't really change, but honestly a lot of things don't change. So like unless your class is on like literal cutting edge stuff, I think it's probably fine just to use the textbook. And yeah, I think that's like the big thing, at least in my opinion. If online resources exist and there's a critical mass of them, I think online resources are strictly better. But if they are like, if you have a textbook, that is also a pretty good place to go, I guess. So like DSA, I think, online would be, online resources would probably be better just because like everyone and their mother is studying DSA. But like OS, I think is a lot less covered, so I think just referring to a textbook is sufficient. The OS class that I'm taking right now uses the Tenenbaum book. You could probably look it up, but yeah. Abdul Bari, yeah, that guy actually got me through algos. I don't think I would have survived that class with an A if it weren't for him. Let's see. So how do I store data from the parser? Do that. Number. This is the one I care about. So if it's number, we can make a literal string to long. Okay. Wait, that's awful. Okay. Professor Leonard? I haven't watched his stuff, unfortunately. Do you do this for fun, and have you seen a curve in your learning from day zero? Yeah, this is pretty much completely for fun. I've definitely learned a lot from this. Like, I think my understanding of SSA construction has definitely gone up a lot. And also just like, I now know what a dominance frontier is, so like, I think that's also pretty huge. I also like understand the middle end a little bit better, so I think overall it's been a net positive, at least. It turns out just doing a lot of self-guided learning across like 2 months is really productive and you learn a lot from it, so yeah. Okay, I see there's a correctness issue here, actually, I think. What is wrong here, though? I think I'm definitely interpreting this wrong. Okay. Yeah, let's just throw a type in this. Auto type equals, or actually no. Yeah, we'll just throw a to do here. When to use AI? What situation do you use it in? Pretty much just like if I'm completely stuck and I don't know where to go. But I try to be very conservative with its use. So like, if you saw before the, when I was debugging something, I had no idea what was happening. It gave a pretty good explanation, and now I know that is an error that can occur. I forgot that, or at least I wasn't thinking about the possibility of like, invalidating an iterator. But after that, I was like, oh yeah, now this is something that I'm aware of. And like, yesterday I had an issue with like, using a for loop with a iterator erase, which led to like a double increment issue. And that was something that I was aware of today because I used AI yesterday. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so here we want to do something different, I fear. Yeah, let's... How do we want to fix this? Let's make it stud s2 int, I guess, number or value? Token val. Yeah, okay. What's wrong here? This is fine. Okay. Okay, yeah. So that's a literal. Okay, that's the only place we do that. So we string to I that, and then we want to... I think we want to 0 extend that, right? Yeah. When going from 32-bit into storage, do I want to 0 extend or sign extend? Yeah. How long did it take to learn? How long did it take you to get this good in C++? And do you learn C before learning C++? I did technically learn C before, but I don't think that contributed to most of my C++ understanding. I think the big thing is literally just working on this stuff and I guess sort of punching through all of the issues by hand. Okay, so these are signed, so we do want to sign extend at least. Currently, I only have signed 32-bit integers. Okay, so I'm gonna sign extend. Any midterms coming up? Yeah, all of next week. I've got 3 exams to worry about. I have an exam tomorrow to worry about as well. But that's all good. I'll get through it. I started learning C, been at it for a few days, loving it so far. Yeah, that's kind of the experience. It's like you kind of get used to it after a bit, at least, I guess. Do you do code courses? I do not. I really should. That would be smart. That'd be a good use of my time. Okay, so I want to sign extend this. This is really gross. So I went to uint 64t int 64t. Let's make a quick helper real quick. Do we need to make a helper? I don't think we need to. We can just leave it as is. In the parser, does s2 parser cool about having an exam tomorrow? Honestly, I probably shouldn't be admitting this, but It's going on my undergrad GPA. I am simultaneously an undergrad and a master's right now. I don't think I really care that much about my undergrad GPA anymore. And it's like an astronomy quiz, so like I already know what's happening, to be honest. Like the class is pretty easy at least. Okay, so this does... Okay, that does what we want it to. So we can actually just leave it, which is really funny. But we should, yeah, we can leave it as this. Do I need... Oh yeah, what's a compiler? It is a program that translates from one programming language to another. So the compiler I'm writing is translating from C to x86 assembly. What do you think of Hamilton? Not really any thoughts. Yeah. Oh, I see. I understand this. 1 second. Should I parse it as a 32-bit instead then, and then extend? Originally Chinese? I'm still Chinese at least. I would hope that I'm still Chinese at least. What's the longest you can go on coding like now? I've done like 4-hour streams before, by accident. Maybe longer, you'd have to check. Okay. This is in the parser. Okay, interesting. So you should just truncate, that's nice. Is your compiler public on GitHub? Yes. It is, my repo is public, you can look it up. It should be in my GitHub's in the description, I think. You ever reference textbooks or just get all your info from ChatGPT like this? Yes. I've got this giant ass book up here. I've been using this to sort of understand things conceptually, and then I think ChatGPT helps with like design decisions as well. Design decisions and I think debugging are the big two things. The other book I've been referencing is the whatchamacallit? No, not this one. This one up here is that Rastello. This one. This is the SSA book. No, I don't want to use an AI assistant on this one. This one is just like the static single assignment reference book, pretty much. It's very, very comprehensive. I'm slowly trying to work through it, but yeah, so many things to worry about. What does your compiler do? Currently, it doesn't really handle a whole lot. Yeah, it's a very minimal subset of C at least. The OS book, Tannenbaum OS book. Yeah, I've looked this up before. It looks like there's a PDF online, so yeah, you could look through this if you'd like. Tannenbaum wrote one of the Linux distros or one of the Unix distros that exist at least. I forgot what it was called. It was Minix, right? I think it was Minix. Let's see. I think it's somewhere in here. Preface. Yeah, Minix. Yeah. So, yeah, the guy is cracked, pretty much. I'm from India and I'm in CLG and studying information technology, and I messed up first and second semester, so I didn't learn any language. Yeah, that's tough. I think it's never too late to start learning a language, at least, I think. Like, the nice thing about computer science is that, like, the floor to entry is, like, literally at the floor. So, you can... There's no such thing as, like, I guess being late, if that makes sense. Okay, let's parse this. How do we wanna parse this? So we wanna parse it at 64-bit, truncate, and then sign extend. So long parsed val equals that's s2ll token val. Let's change this real quick. What's wrong here? Oh, I need a braces around this now. Okay. So we get that, and then we can just for other types. So then we want to if I guess like so we parse that, and then we want what am I doing here? Let's do. So we want to cast. Oh god. Okay. So we want to static cast it to an int32 to truncate. Then we want to static cast it to an int64 to sign extend. And then we want to static cast it to uint64 for the storage type. Oh boy. Okay. Int32t truncated equals static cast. So static cast it. Is this on screen? This is on screen. Let's make it a int32t parsed val. What's wrong here? Nothing is wrong there. Okay, so we want make unique here. And we want like int64t val. This is just val. So now we can do static cast to uint64t, static cast int64t, and we give it truncated. And then we can pass in val here. Perfect, all cleaned up. What's your favorite programming language? I've been enjoying C++ a lot, but I've been dabbling in Rust a little bit more as of recently because that's what our solar car team uses. I've been enjoying Rust, honestly. I think the tooling around Rust just makes it really enjoyable to write, if that makes sense. Like C++ I feel is fast, but Rust I feel zen, I guess, if that makes sense. What's your mindset when you don't really understand anything and are really confused? Yeah, I think the big thing is just like sort of, I understand CS in general as like, I guess a field of models, if that makes sense. Like, everything sort of fits in nicely to a giant web of ideas in some way. So like, I guess like you can kind of like take computer science and like keep subdividing it into a hierarchy of sorts. Or not even hierarchy, just like a giant graph or a giant tree. And I think sort of understanding how things exist in relation to each other helps understanding things. So like for instance, I'm taking OS right now. And one example is like a semaphore. And I'm like, I like hear a semaphore, I'm like, what is a semaphore? So like right before that we learned about locks. And it was kind of explained in terms of locks to us. So like, we can use them to create a sort of locking system. So I'm like, okay, it's kind of like a lock. And then, so in my head, I'm like relating it to mutexes and like spin locks. And then I think about it a little more and I'm like, okay, there's like an internal flag. So I sort of related that to like unique pointers in C++ because, or not unique pointers, shared pointers, because those also keep like an internal count and then it handles like the 0 case uniquely. And like, it's just like these sorts of connections, and then you can like kind of figure, like based on where something exists relative to everything else, I think that is how you can understand new concepts, if that makes sense. Eventually I was like, okay, yeah, a semaphore is like, it is a counter that waits if it goes below 0. Sort of. But, and then it also does things with threads, sort of. That's like a very rough explanation because I'm like going off the top of my head. I need to study for OS, my midterms in a week. But yeah. That was like a very, very bad and very, very contrived example, but let me know if that like doesn't make sense in any way. Yeah, so we fixed this now. So I think the rest of this should be fine because we're not really doing anything insane with the uint 64. We need to do something insane here though, I fear. I want to use NeoVim for competitive, but it's too hard. I don't think I think like, it's definitely difficult to get started, but I think it's not that hard to pick up after a while. You just kind of have to get used to it, for better or for worse. Okay, so like for me, I just went straight into NeoVim, but if you wanted to like slowly learn Vim bindings, I think all of the big mainstream IDEs have like Vim emulation plugins that I think is I think would help a lot with I guess the learning curve. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT thinks is the best way to do this, because I don't really have an idea on how to do this. Alright, let's throw this back in here. Okay. I'm gonna do it, but keep it going. Thank you. Thank you for, thank you for showing up to the stream, and have a good one. Holy hell, I can't English today. It's been a long day. Okay. So you want to, so you said truncate, so that's fine. Oh yeah, I could just do this. It just occurred to me. Results already in 32. Oh my god, what is happening here? Why do we need to turn it to unsigned again? Truncate to uint 32. Oh, I see. Okay. So there is UB here. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, what is happening here? Two's complement wraparound. To assume it never happens. Oh, interesting. Arithmetic and sine 32-bit can overflow and is undefined. Safe 2's complement wraparound. Still not understanding the UB issue. Okay, that makes sense. X and Y can never be negative. I see. That could cause an issue, I see. is the problem with that? I see. Okay, that makes sense. So UB is at like a different point that isn't wraparound, still UB. Okay, sure. That makes, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Only using first signed for now. Usually wraps around, assume it never overflows, I see. This was so stupid. Why didn't I just limit the scope of this whole project down to one type? Why did I think this was a good idea? Okay, so that's fine. Truncate, arithmetic and unsigned, cast back, okay. Okay, sure, that makes sense. Okay, so we want to, oh boy. Let's see, how do we do this? So let's go back up to where all this began. So we want to extract left-hand side and right-hand side at minimum. So we want int 32t left, or LHS equals left, or we want to static cast to int 32 type, and then left get value, and then we can do the same with the right side. Right. Okay, we can do that, and then okay, so then we can keep that, I think. This should be in 32 as well, right? Okay, so we have that. And then we can change that to LHS plus RHS. Minus times. And this is an and, okay. Okay, so then wait, but we're going from 32-bit to 32-bit. How does this change anything? This one, okay, that makes sense. So that's UB. Oh, wait. Did I do this the wrong way? Okay, so then we go from So the result of the addition should be unsigned. Okay. Oh god, okay. So want to... So we want these to be unsigned, is what I'm getting. So want that, and then static cast to int 32t to truncate properly. Okay. Yeah, that seems reasonable enough. Okay. Okay. So we turn that into unsigned. There's the cast. Signed to unsigned, and vice versa. Just reinterpret. Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense then. Okay. Cool. So we do this. We can cast it. This is like the most messy thing I've done in a while. So we can just turn that into an int32. Auto extended val. So then this is, we want to, oh boy, static cast. So we have a unsigned 32-bit, I think. So we just static cast it to, so we need to turn it into a signed 32-bit, then we need to extend it, and then we need to cast again. Okay, so uint 64t static cast uint, or just int 64t, and then static cast to int 30. Oh wait, this is already int 32t, so we can just use that. Folded val. And then we can use extended val here. Okay. Okay. We have that now. And we can throw this in here. Nice, bro. I'm trying to land a Node.js dev role. Best of luck to both of us. Yeah, good luck to you as well. Thank you for stopping by the stream. We need to make the change now to the thing. We can just use folded literal now, I think. Why does this need the basic block again? I don't think this needs it anymore, just straight up. Yeah, it doesn't need this anymore. That's neat. Yeah, we'll just do it the slow way. That's pretty funny. Okay. What else do we need to do? Let's steal some code from mem to reg. We can steal this again. can steal these two lines. And this is not load, this is bin op, I guess. Oh wait, I can auto this. Yeah, I'm gonna auto this as well. Ah, much better. Okay, so what's wrong here? I need to include ranges. This is fine. We don't need that anymore. We don't need to do this stupid erase stuff anymore, I think. Okay, so we can do that. And then we need to turn true. We should steal code from here for this. Yeah, so we want a 2 drop here. Yeah, let's make a... Where does 2 drop come from? Just at the top level here? Yeah, okay. So under here. Auto... or stood vector of stood unique footer of mir instruction to drop. So the idea is this just gets dropped at a reiteration. I'm not sure if that's slow, I'm not sure if that's fast, but it saves headache, and that's all that matters. Yeah, so we can do that, and then this needs to be instructions.erase. Okay, perfect. So we can do that, and then if false. And then we can do this nice little format trick that I did last time again. Try constant fold. Thing format on, and then we want an off at the top here. We can change equals true, continue. Okay. And then, otherwise, we just want to increment the iterator. Okay. I think this should work as intended. Let's see if it builds first of all. Looks like it builds, that's a good sign. Does the compiler even call this actually? I might have forgotten to add it. Yes, I did. Okay, let's do that order. Let's rebuild it. Hopefully nothing breaks. Something is going to break actually. Yeah, this factually is gonna break. Yeah, okay. Let's see what the Valgrind says for this. One error. Lambda. Okay, invalid resize 8, inst combine 68. Oh, this is the wrong file. Inst combine 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's here. Pure virtual method called. What is it trying to call on? So a store. So We're trying to access a store that we already deleted. Wait, what? How? Wait, what? This is an inst combine, yeah. So it's in constant fold, yes. Terminate. So real. Why isn't this working though? Real quick, make test. Let's see if this works still. Okay, that still works at least. Okay. This should be fine, this should be fine. This is broken. Okay, this type is about right. Why is this breaking again? Okay, let's run it through debugger. Oh bugger. Let's add a breakpoint there. Let's add a breakpoint here. Let's launch program, debug bin panic. Let's run it on test, regression, input, binary up. Okay. Okay, we can close out of that. Step in. Just run until break. Okay. Alright, yeah, this won't help us. Let's step into, over, into. Okay. Sure. So. That's not the button I want to hit. Oh wait, no, that's just the definition, I think, right? So this is fine. And that's good, that's good. Okay, we just make a mess out of this, which is inevitable. An add, so that's correct. We might just make a mess here. Oh, I guess not. Okay. So this is fine. Wait, what? Why are these the same? Oh wait, no, they're not. I might be dyslexic. This D90 and then this 9D0. Let's go over that. Go into here. And return. Oh, wait. Launch the program, or launch last. Okay, so something is being deleted in mem2reg is what I'm getting from this. I think that is what is happening. Because it's always memtoreg's fault. I always fuck something up here. Okay, so we mark for drop. Okay, so we also need to, like, get rid of all of its uses, right? So we might need to write some destructors, actually, which is really funny to think about. Just out of curiosity, what happens if I write those destructors? Because what's happening right now is that we're leaving a bunch of, like, residual values behind. Or a bunch of residual entries to things that don't exist anymore. So, yeah, let's write a destructor. Yeah. I wanted to avoid this, but I guess that we're kind of just shit out of luck. I could also make like an erase uses visitor, but like, eh. That might be what I want to do, actually, to be honest. Maybe I could generalize this to just the uses, even, and then group a bunch of files. Maybe I should just make erase uses. Okay, let's do that. We can steal all of this, I think. Put it in here. Okay, we can do that. We don't need parameters for this, I think. We can just handle it like this. I don't think we have any in these, at least. So I don't think the terminators are directly used anywhere. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Let me just like make this a little bit more concrete for myself. Erase all registered uses of Alright, do we already do this? Erase visited instruction from its use the uses lists of its uses. That's not convoluted at all. Yeah, let's try that again. So that's fine. We can also throw this here. Replace all uses of old value with new value in visited. Yeah, let's. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, okay. But if I extend that, okay, that new line's perfect. Alright, yeah, let's keep going here. This is kind of a silly visitor, I think, but yeah. I don't think we need the explicit. Can we just default this? I think we need to default that. Alright. Let's try not having it at all real quick. This is middle and that's not what I want. I want that. Actually, no. Let's make a macro here. That's not what I want to do. Macro, delete that. Let's replace this with delete uses visitor. Let's do that. Oh, crap. Okay, let's see what happens here. That's fine. Okay, that does not do what I want it to. That's fine. Let's do that, and let's do that. Okay. Okay, I need to import this. Include. This is in middle end. Utils replace delete uses. Erase uses. H. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, let's implement these one by one. We can... Let's see, we have like a helper here, right? It's like a... I guess there's not a del use here? Or where does this come from? It's in like here, right? Yeah, add use, del use. Maybe I should add this to this real quick. Static void. Yeah, we can steal these real quick. Okay, nice. So these two now. Maybe I should like use this in a different way. Just in like generic instruction actually, now that I think about it. Let's do that. Right? And then we can do that, right? And then we can just call this. Yeah, this doesn't match the declaration, but that's fine. Let me just change this real quick. Okay. This is an instruction header now. Create 2 words. Okay, that fixed that one. Can get rid of that. This, this, this. Okay. So we can get rid of this. Just cleans things up a little bit, I think. Do that. That. What else is wrong? Just need to fix these ones. Okay. I think that's all the instances of it, at least. Okay. Yeah, so we can do that. So we can also call that here now in erase uses. Okay, so we want I get left del. What is this? It's the value. I think we do something here as well, right? The left is dynamic to our instruction. Let's make a helper here. Void try remove use from our value. Does that have to be a value? Value putter value, I guess. Let's do that. What's good, Temity? Good to see you today. Do that. I have no idea what I have written here. That should be a putter. I, then I del use. Appreciate the momentum we've got going. Thank you. So we get that. There's like target, and then our instruction to erase. This is a putter. This is target. This should be a value as well. To erase. So now we can try remove use. Maybe I should switch the order of this. This would be a little bit more intuitive for me. User, I guess. Use. User. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. Okay. So we can do that. Dynamic cast the use, and then we get rid of the user. We want to try remove use. I get left. What's wrong here? What type is this? It's a value putter. That should be fine. Oh, that and then this. Or wait, this from that. Dynamic cast to a dynamic cast to I hate using so many dynamic casts, but that's kind of how it is. Doing static cast. Putter, I should be a lot less miserable. We can do that, then we can get right. I'm making VS Code completely new. What does that mean? this could be, so we can get oh wait, no, this doesn't make sense. What else even has uses, I guess? Or what else even is a value? Call isn't a value, I think, right? Or, no, it needs to use values. What does this have? Type. Okay, this doesn't have anything in it. Load has a value here. Expression, you mean? Yeah, I mean, right now I don't have proper expression parsing, so we just have values in air quotes, I guess. Get putter. Oh, this is gross. I guess that works? Why does that work? Allocate is a value. Yeah, okay. This makes sense then. Interesting that I can just this, right? No, I can't do that. This one we can even just I get putter del use. Because we can just skip the cast, I think. Right? Yeah, we can just do that even. Yeah, because these could also be literals, so we need to worry about that here. The pointer is a pointer, so we don't need to worry about that there. The store, though, we do need to worry about. Why does that take a value? That seems wrong. I think I messed up somewhere along the line here, and I've lost the plot. Okay, let's go back to here. Okay, so I'm gonna add a use to that. Wait. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, let's just use the def use language, I think. Use and then def use. Maybe I should just do it like this. Right? Yeah. What's good, Janine? Good to see you. I'm a little bit lost in the sauce now. I don't know. I can't follow my own code anymore. Okay. Oh, wait, I understand now. This needs to be a value because we need to figure out this thing. Because sometimes these aren't instructions. So we need to cast it to an instruction sometimes. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, but then if it's just a straight up instruction, then we should be able to just del use. Right. So we can do Right? Okay, what is happening? Then a use is definitely an instruction. So this is instruction footer here. No, no, no. That needs to be a... Right? What? Wait. Ah, I'm so confused by what I've done. Okay, so we want to get the def, and I'm gonna delete the use there. This takes a value. Why is it a value? Instruction uses that. Okay. Okay. Why is this not just instruction? Oh, I know why. Okay. So it is necessarily just value types. Okay, so then what's wrong here? Store. Wait, what? But no, the store uses the thing, right? Right? Wait. Yeah. That uses those two. So we just want idel use of... Oh, wait, this is way less stupid than I thought it was. Yeah, okay. So then we can delete use of... Right? Wait. Okay, I'll come back to this one. So this one should be a lot less awful, right? This is just when I get rid of the use of the def. So the def is I get putter, right? And then get use. Yeah, it's just a load. So yeah, this is the only one we need here. We can do this as well. And then get value also gets that. Def get uses of this. I think we keep track of it for those anyway, which is funny. So this is actually fine. The irony is we don't need this try remove thing. Yeah, so we can just get left and then get right. Okay. Set. So left, right, store value. Yep, we got that one. That also has a putter. Allocate just uses a type. Load has a putter that we need to worry about. Store has a value and a putter. Return we need to worry about. Oh god, fee is gonna be a mess. So we have those. I guess it doesn't really have uses, huh? So that's fine. Or it doesn't use any fuck, it does use values. Fuck. Oh, no. Okay. So when do we construct a fee again? Just in, like, here? Okay, okay, and then, oh no. So each successor in you get the fees. If it contains, then we okay, I need to figure that one out real quick. Auto in I get predecessors or block value. So we don't care about the block. We just care about the value. So we want to val del. Okay, it's like I del use at val. Cool. So we need to add the uses here as well, is the other thing that I care about right now. Okay, so where do we even do this here? Okay, so this just creates a fee. Basic block for an allocator. Okay, so then the reaching of that is the fee. And then for each successor. Okay, we need to update that. Get predecessors. And this is, okay, yeah. This is a mess. I might just leave it to do here. Okay. Let's just leave it to do there. I feel like something will break here. So we're just gonna copy that. We're just gonna comment that out real quick. Let's finish the rest of this up real quick. T has a value use of T get value. This one doesn't have anything. This one has a cond that we care about. Cond. Okay. Alright, so then we have that. So every time we erase, we need to erase uses at that, I guess. I can also just make one erase uses visitor at the top here, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Let's add that at the top here. Maybe like up here even, right? We're here in the variable renaming at least, because that's where we delete things, I think. So we have work list, visited to drop. We should add this real quick. What's wrong here? We need a default, right? Alright, is that enough? Nope, that's not enough. We need to add erase uses visitor. Let's do utils, erase uses. What happens if I get rid of that? Nothing, okay. I think we do need that though. So, okay. Or there was something we're missing here, I think. We ran into a similar issue with one of the visitors here. I guess I'm just tripping. We'll keep it for now. If something comes up, I guess it'll be fine. Alright, so we need this. Erase uses visitor. Visit. Or wait, no. Visitor. Wait, how do we visit again? Yeah, we need to accept. Okay, so we want... So iter accept. Do that, I guess. Arrow. Reference here, okay. That's ugly. Or wait, no, we have something better than this, right? Arrow accept. Good to see you keep grinding, thank you. Appreciate the support lots. Okay, so we have that. And then that, okay. This might just make more bugs, but we'll see what ends up happening. There is a very high chance this just makes more bugs, to be honest. But we'll see what happens in a second. Maybe I should have just thrown this in the destructor, now that I think about it. I definitely should have thrown that in the destructor. Yeah, I should have. Oh my god, that's so troll. Oh, that runs now. Wait, clutch. Wait, that's so nice. Holy shit. Okay. I think I need to do something similar here. Oh, wait, there's a... Something's wrong here. Yeah, because these are both named visitor. Erase. Erase. Here we want to change that to erase. So we have that, and then we need to change it here as well. Okay. Last place we need this is in here because we have this drop as well. Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, so we can do that. We need the erase somewhere here. We could even just make this once at the top, I think, right? Yeah, we can do it like that. We need to import that. Let's rebuild. I think we should be set though. We might have issues with fees, but I'll figure that out later. Let's make tests real quick, make sure everything's still running. Perfect. Let's see, what'd be an interesting test to see correctness on? This is not going to run it, but okay, yeah. Ah, fuck, okay. Let's do call chain. That one might be interesting. Not really, I guess. Wait, that should be firing here on some of these. Right? Oh, wait, no, it shouldn't. Yeah, that fires on just the one it needs to, which is fine. What else is an interesting test? Mem to reg, I guess. This is gonna... Oh, this doesn't break. That's nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we definitely need to update the fees, I think, as well. Right? I think that is what's going wrong on the other one, right? Oh, wait, are we replacing uses in the fees? Is that what I'm missing? No, this definitely handles the fees. Okay, well we need to... I guess we can save this for next time. It's been like a 3-hour stream and I'm quite tired. Let me just make a note for myself in this because I'm going to forget it. Fix or add use handling for fee, erase and replace. Yeah, so that'll be next time's goal. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining the stream. I need to commit. Oh no. Okay, this is a mess. Let's see, how do I sort this? add instruction. This one we move use management to instruction. What's in here? Yeah, we can just add that real quick. This one is comment, so I don't gouge my eyeballs out later. Mem to reg. I think this was just a comment, right? Oh, wait, no. We need erase uses as well. Okay. So now I think we had erase uses. Erase uses, visitor. Mem to reg. This one, what did we do here? Mem to reg. Erase uses properly in mem to reg. Missing fee still. Alright, finally, last few. Parser. Properly handle value sizes. Parser. And then constant holding sometimes works now, yay. Alright, perfect. Alright, that's all for today, I think. Next time I will finish cleaning up the fees and hopefully get this running on everything. Thank you all so much for stopping by on the stream today, especially if you've been here for the whole 3 hours. That's a lot of time. I always say this because like it really is true. Just like if you've been here the whole time, that is a lot of time. But if you haven't been here the whole time, that is also a lot of time, and I appreciate it plenty. Make sure you scroll down a little bit if you haven't already. Sub to my channel, like the stream. It helps push my content out to more people, and it really helps out with viewership. And that would mean a lot to me. And while you're down there, if you haven't already, you should join the Discord. This is the best place to chat with me outside of stream, and you also get to get pinged when I go live every day. I usually go live when the LeetCode Daily resets. Sometimes I'm a little bit late. Today I was a little bit late. But yeah, that is roughly when my usual stream hours are. And yeah, barring that, you should add me on LinkedIn and GitHub to stay up to date with all of the stuff that I'm doing professionally and project-wise, I guess. I don't know what the opposite is. I'm gonna eat some more food. It's been a while since I've like had a bite. So yeah. Take care, y'all. Take it easy and have a wonderful rest of your day.